guys? Welcome back to our weekly episode. This is episode 4 of our Better Rap It Up podcast with your same hosts, leskuzzy and Vinique. And today we got a lot to talk about. Uh, we have we have some stuff to talk about, and I have some issues from yesterday. When we record this, we record our episodes on Sunday, so. And I mean yesterday, I was talking bad yesterday. So let's get into it. So the first topic is there's a fan who commented in our episode 2. He said, "Can we explain how we became fans of battle rap?" So I'm gonna go a second. Let's give it to Vinique. Explain how you became fans of battle rap.
Um, I became a fan of battle rap back in what was that 2013? I think. I seen Rome, like clips of Rome battling. It was like a compilation of Rome just battling different people, and then I seen a compilation of Dumbfounded battling different people. And I think like shortly after that, his battle with uh Conceited came out when they did that joint event,
Mm-hmm.
and then Rome battled Big T, and I kind of like battle rap, but at that point I didn't really watch it like that, but I did actually like it, and then I found URL probably 2017 ish, and then I found Two Thirds and John, and I kind of started liking it and watching it, on the daily.
All right. So for me, uh, so when did I start? Okay. I started watching battle rap. I found battle rap in 2015 into 2016. That was like my first. That was the first time I actually found battle rap. Like, my first battle I ever watched. The first person I think I watched was Considered. If I'm not sure, yeah, it was Considered because it was like I was. This was my first time in the. That was like first. It was my first time in the United States. That was like right after I moved from Africa to the United States, and I used to love like watching like different like battles, not like battles, but I used to watch battle at home, like just rap battle outside. So when I came to the United States, I found out there was something called battle rap, and it was like one of my classes in high school, like sophomore year. Yeah, sophomore year. I came here sophomore year. One of my classes in high school, one of my classmates was playing the Super Hot Fire, and then right after we played that, we also watched Considered. So, but I didn't follow it like that. And then I found my next bet. I think I watched was Charlie Clips versus T Rex, and Charlie Clips versus was it Charlie Clips versus a Serious Jones. And that was like my few battles, but I never followed it. I was just okay. I was like, yeah, it's cool, but not my thing. Then 2017 ish, 2018, like near senior year, then I started following it like regularly. That's when I found out about the Tay Rock. Well, I found out about Tay Rock 2017 because of one of our Anthony Mitchell, one of like Mitch Anthony. He was like a huge Tay Rock fan, so he put me to Tay Rock versus Cortez. Then I found out Tay Rock versus Sue Sifton. It all trickled down there. Like started watching it regularly, and 2018 ish, 2019 ish. That's when I became like a main core of battle rap. Like watch battle rap, almost everything. If like if if battle rap was like, I'll say like I became more into battle rap. Like I won't go like a day without watching one battle. But that's how we became fans. It was like then I found out other leagues. Like I even watched Downfane versus Cortez. Avedas considered. Then you put me on a wrong. I remember we were in like our English class, and you're like, "Yo, there's this rapper called Ron from Philly." I'm not looking at him. I watched Ron, started liking him and stuff. But that's how we became fans of better rap. So if we answered your question, that's how we became fans. So next, so if now let's talk about, because me and Vinique sometimes we do talk about better rap, not on the podcast. So it's not like a podcast thing. We do talk. So there's this topic. So if anyone who has the URL app, you noticed on Wednesday, was it Wednesday at 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock ish? The Your app dropped Snake Eyes versus Nine Nine on the app, Midnight Madness. And some people were mad about it, but it's supposed it's on the Your app for 72 hours and it's dropping on the YouTube page. And I can come and say I talked to Surf yesterday, and he said it's dropping today. So as we are recording this, the battle's supposed to be dropping today. And he's in LA, so his time is off. Like his times, when I talked to him, he said he was trying to talk to yours for it to drop in the morning. So but Vinique said about Nunn Nunn and Snake Eyes and how Nunn Nunn lost the money and everything. He had an issue with it, but I'll let him explain, and I'll come in and I'll answer some of the explain. So it's on you, Vinique.
I don't completely, I guess, understand the situation. I do know I seen a tweet or post or whatever from Yoshi, and Yoshi was like, "So Nunn Nunn lost. He lost the money, he lost the belt, which is cool because that's what he signed up for. And then on top of that, his battle gets put on to URL, someone he was not paid by, or it's a whole entity where my battle is just on because everybody agreed and said, "Yo, these want to be on YouTube, money on the floor, belt." That's it. I mean, it's judged by multiple people. If you ain't one in the room, you ain't win. Mm-hmm. Cool. I feel like that's nice. I feel like everybody takes that chance. But then when URL steps in, and now the battle is on URL, especially their app, I feel like that's an issue. I feel like I should not, whether I was compensated or somebody should be compensated. Like, I'm not about to just battle for somebody else and then my battle gets put on to someone else's app. So apparently, while we was talking about it, I think he found that they were paid. They did figure it out or something like that. And that's not even like, I'm not trying to be in their business. That's not like my point. My point is, how can I battle for somebody else and then my battle just gets put on to another person's app that I wasn't paid for?
Alright, okay. I can come in and
Unless
say,
they just on that part, which is cool. But that's off. Like, I'm not. That's weird. That's weird to me.
Alright, so here where I can come in. So yesterday, when I was on the spaces after the event, after they were discussing, Nunn Nunn was inside the spaces for a few minutes, and he was answering questions because they were talking about Band and how he was thanking Band on how he's now like his stardom, right? And a fan asked the same question, and he answered yes. He's like, yes, I got paid for when the battle got but and Susef said yes. We asked Yoruba to pay us to get the battle, right? And it's like, but Yoruba was trying to negotiate for them to keep the battle for 2 weeks on the app. And it's like I talked to Nunn Nunn and Snake, and all of them say no, we want it for 3 days. So Nunn Nunn and Snake wanted the battle to stay up there for 3 days, right? He's like, I talked to them, and he's like, as y'all know, I'm close to people on URL. So whenever we do like an event, because people were asking like, why is like, because we're gonna get into it, because people are saying that it's like they were thinking that Midnight Menace was URL, that URL backing. So Sose was like, no. When you see like URL stepping in, is because of me, because I do. He's like, I'm a URL. He's like, Susef is a big URL baby. Like, whatever Susef does, URL is gonna want to like support. It's like, that's when you see URL stepping. He's like, but it's not a URL. We don't have any backing. It's only three of us: him, Bill, and Jack. Right? So Nana came in and was like, yeah, I got paid for it, and he's like, plus also, me being on band was because of my performance on the Midnight Menace. And he's like, we even also working on like getting me on thing. He's like, because I got a call from Bisley after it went on the app. He's like, yeah, no, Bisley doesn't call us. We get calls from P calls us. It's like Bisley himself called me, congratulated me, and we are me and Snake, and he's trying to book. I'm trying, like, I'm already in. We are Seth was just like, me and Seth were already working on us working in works to for letter like money bags, right? And that yes, but and the other thing, when you like Yoshi, to be honest, I think people in Midnight Madness, it's not like a thing, but I've noticed that most people who are like core in Midnight Madness, like the Bill, Jack, Susef, like, and most of the team captains, they try their best to stay away to tell Yoshi stuff. Is me like me seeing from the outside looking in, right? Because they're saying, due to the fact that Yoshi does sometimes cause a lot of drama, and I can agree that Yoshi sometimes does cause a lot of drama, and they are also confused, because right now Susef is confused, because remember when we did like the Chrome 23 predictions.
Yeah.
We From what we got was that the belt, there were Yoshi and Pestevo were battling for the Midnight Menace belt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And from what Seth is saying, that what he got back from Remy was Yoshi doesn't want to battle for the Midnight Menace belt and the money that's going to be on the floor. That's what he's saying. That's what Remy came back to tell me. So I was like, okay, that's fine. But he said, so if that happens, if she doesn't want to do that, it's fine. It's up to her. But the belt and the money is gonna automatically go to Pestavia, right? And someone came back and said, no, Yoshi is bound for the belt and the money on the face off. So Susef is like, yo, I'm confused. What is what is going on? And it's like, because they're all confused. So from my outside looking in, I feel like people who are like the team captains, and like the most people who are like the Calico of the world, the Human of the world, DNA, B Dot, who else is the team captain? Shotgun Shug, all those people, like, as them being like a huge community now. And I noticed that these people are now a huge community. Like, it's not like just for Midnight Menace. Even outside Midnight Menace, they're like now They're not like all in support of each other. If you're not part of Mina Menace, they're not supporting you. But it's not like they're not supporting you. If you are cool with them, they'll still support you. But mainly, it's like all people who participate in Mina Menace. Everyone from Mina Menace is gonna be there to support that one person. So Yoshi right now, from I'm just saying from outside looking, she looks like the best. Every time any drama happens, she's in the middle of it. And people, I think that they try to swear away from telling her stuff. That's what I'm saying. But that's that's that was like the few topics we got. Now we got like some topics. Let's talk about there are like few battles that was locked in. I found out like two more battles that are locked in for March. But let's cut. So the first battle that's locked in, we're gonna talk about Mina Menace briefly. Then we're going to go to Europe because this I have a rant to talk about today because you didn't watch Band. I watched Band, and I'm gonna explain why I'm wearing all black. I'm wearing all black for on a purpose today. Right? So
I do. Wait, before you get into it, I do want to say that leaked card was so much worse than the actual card. Like, um, we don't have to jump right into it, but like the leaked card was so like trash that I just didn't want to watch it.
oh yeah,
Like
I'm
ET
gonna
versus Speed, and it was just I just didn't want to see
we,
none of
we
that.
we can get into the late card, then we can talk about the actual card later. So let's talk
Yeah, the
about
actual.
the locked in battle. So Cortez versus supposedly Cortez versus Av is locked in for March, but I don't know what date. So they're gonna be battling for on Mina Menace. And yesterday, I found out that Miss Hassel and Bonnie are locked in for March and they're battling for the new women's belt, the War Dog belt. And because people was like, yo, why did you not introduce all the belts on January 21st? He's like, Susef was like, I'm not trying to do too much. I'm not trying to like put everything out to overwhelm people. Like, right? What if it crashes? It's like, I don't want, so I'm gonna space it out and late, like, oh, I'm not trying to be doing a lot of things at once. I'm gonna literally invest in Mina Menace and the champions, right? Those are the two belt I know personally that are locked in, and there's a free agent event that's happening. Uh, who else? Don Marino is supposed to be locked in. There's some people locked in, but so there are those few little things there. But today's episode is gonna be a few. We gotta talk about a lot of things, but now. So band happened Saturday, but on Friday was the Yore Awards. So I caught the awards. It was great awards, great show, but I feel like they could have done better with the awards, right? It was just us listening who won, but no one except for like two people who did acceptance speeches, but most of the stuff in there. So the first award that was awarded was promo of the year. I don't know who the nominees, but yeah, let me give you a winner. Anderson Barris won promo of the year, and to be honest, he should have won it. There was no question that he was gonna win that award. It's so crazy that he won the first award on Black History Month. A white guy won the first award on Black History Month. Crazy. Face off of the next award was face off of the year. So there were a few face off here. Was like Easy versus T-Rex, Easy versus Chess, Susef versus John, Susef versus Calico. There were a few face off that were nominated. The winner was Susef versus Calico. Uh,
Battle of the year? What?
No, face off of the year.
Oh,
Uh, next.
that was easily Cassidy and Hitman or
Well,
what?
it was a
Who
Euro.
picked that?
It was a URL award, so I guess it was only URL bet like
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, then I guess
yeah,
yeah.
2-on-2 of the year, 2-on-2 team of the year. So the team of the year for 2021. I forgot the nominations. To be honest, I really don't. I forgot. That's it's my fault. But this is not a surprise because I have their match. Let me go get it because this team did a great job on the rookie versus rookie, the summer impact or whatever. Yeah, on double impact. A big dog. Sean and Luke Castro won team of the year, right? So here most improved. This is a unanimous decision. He won on champion one most improved and he won it here. Jake Boyman won most improved, battle rap of the year, rookie of the year. Well, to the fans here, when I'm gonna say this and respectfully, it's not I'm mad at the award, but rookie of the year to the fans, I know why you voted the person I'm gonna announce, but some of you guys gotta get into. There's some fans who did better, like Pestavia. Some of y'all didn't watch her battles. She did great. She did amazing. Arguably, she's undefeated the whole 2021. But the winner was Renan Brandon. He won the tournament in UM4. I'm not mad at the pick, but it was mainly because most people are not used to the other names, like the Keith Slays of the world, the Pestavia, J2, Anderson Barris. Those people were in the Crucible, so and understandably, Anderson Barris only came out once after the Crucible was in 2022. So yeah, and on T-Top, that's like a few times. Uh, okay, this is one. This is. I don't want to say this is a. They have a rebuttal of the year. First of all, they need to make the definition of a rebuttal, not a freestyle. That's the problem of that award was the winner was Chilla Jones versus K-Sean when he rebutted, when he did a freestyle of like when Sean's mic was getting fixed up and he said it's ironic, like you feel comfortable when someone is putting a wire on you. First of all, that's not a rebuttal URL. That should not count as a rebuttal. That's a freestyle. A rebuttal is taking somebody's material that they said to you and and reuse it in a way to this. For example, when I know y'all don't know this, some of you you have a beef with RBE when Ill versus A1, when Ill said the Corinthian said like our body's made out of clay, but I'm so different, I was made out of clay more. Then that was a bar, powerful. When A came back, he said, "You said you were made of clay more. That's why you told your Achilles that I'm more clay than you." Like, that's a rebuttal, right? I'm just saying we gotta have a definition of a rebuttal and a freestyle. Moment of the year. Okay. So first of all, there were few nominations. Tita bringing out Anderson Barris. Loso, Smack White, Jake Black. What else? There were like few little moments. There was an Susef the date thing on like anything. Then What else was Geechee Gotti and Romney splitting the money, the prize.
Oh,
Yeah, there were like few nominations, but the winner was T Top bringing out Anderson Barris versus Mike P. Sometimes you gotta let your white friends talk to the police. That was fire. Arguably best moment, and that also led into something in band that because he did performance of the year. Susef was nominated a couple of times. Chess was nominated a couple of times. Easy was nominated a couple of times. But the winner was Susef versus John John. This was the first battle Susef back after the 40 boss battle. And yeah. This round of the year. This man has unanimously won round of the year again. Champion, the Trap Awards, and URL. Loso versus Vixen. If that, I don't know what to say. Yeah, we are said it. Smack White, J Black, Black and White. You can't rap better than me. Yo, that whole second round was a tight. Like there was no flow. There was not like clearly anything wrong with that round. And that round, imagine we listen. How many rounds did we listen to 2021? And imagine that round happened in March, and it stayed on a consistent, like people were consistently saying that was still one of the year throughout the whole year, like for the next 9 months into 2022, people are still saying the same thing. That tells you how great that round was. Then this award was not fan voted, but this is the award that was given the best, the Your TV yourtv.tv/app award, most reaction, most in voting on the app. Chess versus Easy. Then this also goes to the battle of the year for 2021, Chess versus Easy. And the nominations again, it was like Chess, Easy, then Chess again, then Easy, then Susef, then like it was like crazy. Then Loso, then it was like everyone got nominated twice. Like the most people that was Chess, Easy, Susef, Loso, and those are the like few people that got nominated twice for Battle of the Year. And now the last two awards, there was a mistake on those last two awards. C3 and Romney were not put in as an opportunity to be voted on. So Yora did apologize in advance, saying that it was out their fault that they were not on the thing. Right. So Female Battle Rapper of the Year. She's like the first ever awardee of the year. Vixen Assassin. She's like she's just breaking records. She's now in the record books. First ever female battle of the year. First ever awardee of the year. Yeah, she's now. To be honest, she can say I'm now top tier. I'm now like up there with the big names. Battle rapper of the year. There was some people I feel like there should be battle rapper of the year, but Geechee won it, guys. It's Geechee's the face of Euro. Yeah, Geechee won it, and those are the two.
I hate when people say that. It's not, yo, fam. Can you beat that year? Like, who's beating that year?
Yeah, like Geechee won it, guys. Geechee won it. Yeah. Like the way you can't beat that year. Like
30. Like, what do you want? What do you want? What more do you want?
Yeah. Let's talk like we about to. Okay, so that was the Yoruba Awards. So Saturday came. Uh, before we get into band, there's an announcement. February 26th, Yoruba's coming back. Two events in 1 month. Yoruba Resolution number 2 is out. Main event, first battle announced: Charlie Clips versus Lou Castro. Crazy announcement. Uh, First of all, this is where that's
Whoever, yo. None
this
against Luke, yo. None of these clips. Clips is just battling to battle. It's like they call clips like, yo, can you steal the car, bro? Then he
okay.
like,
I would
whoever.
say this. Clips did say something. He said he's trying right now in the point he's trying to work on, like he's trying to add stuff. He's like, I'm not. He's like, the reason why he took Lou was because he was trying to work on his energy, like throughout the whole battle. So you know how Lou is always with energy, like like for example when he battled Arsenal, and Arsenal took out his phone and started recording him while Lou Castro was in like rapping, trying to distract Lou Castro to mess up, and Lou Castro started rapping to the phone, like that's crazy. Like Luke, I'm saying right now, Lou Castro, the difference between Lou Castro and some of these new kids, that he knows how to be entertaining at the same time, not to be distracted. Like when someone is doing something to distract him, he might do something else to redirect that distraction. Like for example, let's take for example, if it was like KKS and or not KKS, like some people like who are not who's not like Lou Castro, who are not out there, who are not enthusiastic like Lou Castro with that energy, they would have got mad. They would have got mad at Arsenal for taking out his phone and started recording them, where they're supposed to be professional, right? Am I wrong?
Nah.
So Lucas saw that, and when Luke, like for example, like Arsenal took out his phone and started recording Lou while he was rapping, and Lou, his awareness was like, oh, you took out your phone and you're recording. Let me rap to the camera, and it went. That was that made the whole room shake because he started like he's like, what did he say? I'm not a goon. It's like I'm not a goon. He's like I'm a goon, not a goonie. The stick break, right side on the break, and it was rapping so crazy. And he's like, yo, tag me, tag me, tag me, tag me. Why not Castro? Tag me. Like those type of stuff that Luke Castro does, and you know, here comes Midnight Madness because Lucas didn't bring his belt. Yes, no one who is part of Midnight Madness, the champions, didn't bring their belt. But Lucas didn't bring his belt. So, you know, Charlie Clips did say, brought it up, saying that you won the belt, blah, blah, blah. Then, you know, Smack was like, yo, Lucas, I got a serious question. Is the belt coming with you? So Lucas at first didn't understand the question or didn't understand like the hint. So that's when I knew like, yo, Midnight Madness is like, if people challenge people in Midnight Madness, you know how Susef is the brotherhood, right? And so he's like, yo, so Lucas was like, yeah, we can do the service right here. We can find a way to make that battle for the belt, right? And Susef came in the spaces like, yo, when they started mentioning Midnight Madness, Beasley came to where I was sitting. He's like, yo, go out there and make it like hype. And you could hear like if people didn't watch like the stream, you could hear when they was talking Midnight Madness, and he's like when like people from Midnight Madness, like the Jack Boy Main, like some people who were part of Midnight Madness, they were behind Lou Castro, like yeah, Midnight, and you shout out to Uncle Ra. Uncle Ra was recording from the where the people were standing at, like the behind the scenes behind Caffeine, and you can hear like Susef coming from the room where him and Jay Black were sitting, like doing the analyzing, like the the after every battle, just talking about it, and he's coming out, he's screaming before he even come out. He's like, Mina Menace, Mina Menace, and he's coming out jogging like yo, and he's running. He jumped like walked in. He's like Mina Menace, and you know how he sometimes he shakes hand. He literally goes to Lucas. He's like yeah, 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 yeah. He's like I'm on this side. He's like I'm on this side. He's like Smack was like so you standing over there. He's like yeah, I'm on that side. Like standing is like yeah. He's like any chance. He even said he's like if a league takes a battle and that battle is supposed to be our champion is on that league, he wants everyone who's on Midnight Madness, every team to go and behind. It's going to be look crazy. And I saw that because when Susek came out, Jake Boy came out out of nowhere. Jake Boy was right behind Luke Castro. Then when he's behind Luke Castro, Big T was behind. Big T was supposed to be was coming already out, right? That almost everyone who's like big in Midnight Madness, they're all behind. Like the Ben News, everyone is like now all behind Luke Castro. They're like yeah, yeah, and Susev did say that battle might not be for the belt because the belt that Luke Castro has doesn't travel to other leagues. He's like, so the rules for that belt, you gotta come to Midnight Madness to battle for that belt. Because I asked the question when I had a chance, I asked him, I was like, yo, since I was watching like is the battle because Smack was like, are we using the vote something? And look, that's when he told me that Yoshi and them he would say they were not battling for the belt no more, so the belt might go to Pestavia. And he did say Charlie, and then that was just for the energy in the room, the shit talking that they were not. I don't. He doesn't believe they're gonna go for the belt because that belt its rules is to stay on Midnight Madness, and he's like, and he said first of all, one thing he's not making a mistake is like he's not gonna already make like people defend their belt somewhere else except for Midnight Madness. He's like, I'm not gonna cross over to other leagues for like my champion to defend his first belt on somewhere else except for Midnight Madness. So he's like, if after the battle they decide to do a one rounder for the belt on Midnight Madness, okay, that's fine because we want to build integrity of this. He's like, I'm not gonna cross over without first building my like incredibly on our establish ourselves in Midnight Madness first. And I understandably why you're saying that. The next battle, this is Queens versus Queens Crime. DNA versus Holodan. And the way they were looking at each other, I feel like Smack was even Smack probably think that was a mistake for letting these people battle right now. Because it went from 0 to 100. Like a minute when the lights came out, because Smack was switching off the lights every time a battle came out, announcing the battle. So literally, he didn't announce the battle. He just switched off the lights, and when the lights came out, you see the battle is up there. And the minute when the lights came out, when they were announcing that battle for Resolution 2 DNA, they started going crazy at each other. Like literally, they were talking about everything in Queens, New York. He's like, you live near the airport. He's like, no, you don't even live in Queens no more. You live. He's like, we don't even know where you live now because sometimes you're in Florida, you Houston, you don't even have a home. Like there we go. He's like, you're looking homeless. Like they went crazy at each other. Like you know how when someone has pure hatred for somebody, right? That's how it looked on their face when they were announcing that battle. And hopefully that battle lives up to how they're selling it. Please, hopefully that it lives up to that. But now let's get into band. So people, I'm gonna give you a disclaimer. I got something to say about this event before we start. This event was okay, not great, not good. It was okay. So the first battle of the night was Bad News versus Kid Slay. Uh, the battle was good. Uh, it was like, I guess I feel like that's how they wanted for them to go first because their style is like they build up. They're like slow builders, right? They tell stories. So they were building up like the first half of their rounds, and then me when they, especially Kid Slay, like when I was listening to Kid Slay, I was listen. Unfortunately, I don't have like the watch back, but when I was watching that battle live, like the first half of it, he was building, like he was like building. You could be like listen to a story, like they're telling a story, both of them. And then me when they get into like the last minute, 2 minutes of their round, they started going crazy. Like especially Kid Slay, he had some bars. I can't remember off the top of my head because I didn't at that time. My mom was asking me to do something, so I was doing something for that battle. But how you feel about the announcement of that battle? Did you feel that from like your first impression? Did you think that when those two names would be a good battle?
It could be. I don't think it will be. I think it's gonna wind up being like Sean versus Hollow. Um, but I don't know. DNA has sounded a lot better. Um, I just think Hollow is Hollow, and he
Yeah.
don't need to be better than DNA to be honest. But it's just I don't know. I hope it's a good battle,
Uh.
and
Uh.
I'm gonna watch it because it's Hollow. But I don't want to watch that battle.
All right. So let's talk about. You want to say the lead card because I don't have the lead card for Ben. Just say the lead card and I'll say the like, and I'll cover like the real card.
Okay, I got to pull it up. 1 second. 1 second. Um, Alright, so I got it from YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
Black Sheep Media, and the community post, and uh, they post a lot of things there. I don't know who actually runs it. I thought I forgot that was it was Battle Trap Media, and then it was the other one. I don't think Sheep Media is the one that works for URL. But all right. So the lead card: Geechee Gotti versus Kid Slade.
Mm-hmm.
D-Dot versus Sharon. Ace Me versus Chess.
All right.
Kid Chaos versus Loso.
Mm-hmm.
Bad News versus Drugs. Um, Big T versus JC.
Mm-hmm.
1 second. Sick versus Zach Boy. Twerk versus Nunn Nunn. Rum Nitty versus Mike P, which I feel like happened already. But
Mm-hmm.
um, Danny Myers versus T Top. EK versus Suge. And Brandon versus Bond.
All right.
And I didn't want to see any of that. So that's why I didn't watch that.
Let me say it right now. They didn't have none of the league cards, right?
None of that league card was correct. And actually the actual card was not it was actually not too bad.
So the
So
first battle of the night was Kid Slay versus Bad News. This was Gun Titles versus Gun Titles Crime. Battle, great for like opening of the half. That was a great battle. And their styles, they're slow, like they are slow paced, so they build up into the last half. Like you know how people like, for example, like Tay-Rock, his first running might be his weakest round, then second strongest, then third might kind of dim down, but he slow builds into up, right? He builds upwards. Um, my personal opinion, I had after watching that battle, after the first watch, I had Kid Slay winning in a slight age. It's a one rounder, so it's just me. On the next battle of the night was drugs versus Fonz. So drugs went. No, Fonz went first. Fonz had fire material, but he got hit with. Arguably, all these battles were like 5 days prep, 4 days prep, like in 4 days notice. So 5 days notice. So it was like who can write and remember stuff in that type of time. Like who can be great in that small little time of time. Fonz had stumbles, but he fought through the stumbles, right? And it was great. He even apologized to Smack of the stumbling. But drugs right now, if we're gonna say who's on one, drugs in the running for most improved battle rap of 2022. And in my opinion, he's also he's part of the top five, my own top five for champion of the year right now. If we're gonna go who's who, who's what, him and Danny Myers might be 1 and 2. And because they have more battles than anyone else, then Nunn Nunn, there's some people who I'll put in right now. But we have a whole year to go. We're just in the first 2 months, so most people have not battled so much. That battle was a great battle, but drugs was on one. Drugs, I can say this card was more. All right, no, I'm gonna take that back. Or I was about to say I'm taking that back because I was gonna say this card was more of tailor-made for the Goonies, but I'm taking that back. It was tailor-made for some of the Goonies, not all the Goonies. Anyone who was part of the Goonies did great on this card, but not all of them. Right? Drugs was on one. He was fighting. He was literally wanting that same energy that he had against Lou Castro. He brought it for Fonz, and he was barking on Fonz. And he literally was like, yeah, this is my year. 2022 is my year. After the battle, he's still screaming. That's how fired up Drugs was. And he won that battle clear. It was not, even though with Fonz stumbling, it was mainly because Fonz stumbled a lot in his round. But, yeah. So that's 2 battles done. The next battle was Ryder versus Shotgun. Ryder came out. Fire battle. Out the gate, Ryder was running. He was, Ryder was talking his talk. Some people was like, why did you take a long away from battle? He's like, yo, after I did like the silk thing, he was still talking about the silk here and there, little stuff. But he went back to the Ryder. He didn't have too much gun bars. He's like, yo, he was wilding. Then Shotgun Shook. Shotgun Shook had some moments. By the start, he started stumbling, choking, and so that's 2 people already in a row that stumbled and choked, right? So right now, the Goonies right now, they look great. I'll be honest, they were looking great. Next one was another former member of the Goonies, Loso versus Holmesy. Holmesy the God. Loso won first. Loso always consistent, but you could see that it was like short pepper time. So, but one was consistent. Did it like a few Holmesy did it like this when Smack always mispronounce Holmesy the name, Holmesy's name, saying Holmes the Gizzard. And like, how you gonna expect me to be remember? How do you expect me to be somebody even Smack doesn't even know your name? But Holmesy started coming up, and you could see that Holmesy battles a lot of one-rounders because he was touching different subjects, and he was hitting punchline after punchline. I was like, he was wilding. But my point is like, these fans who were voting, I guess they don't know how to judge, because how y'all gonna give the battle to Fonz 90%? I'm gonna say it was like a 70-30. Give 30% to Loso because he did great. It was just Holmesy was better. Material wise, he wrote more material in a short period of time. He was better, a little bit better. Next battle, T-Top, Big T versus Ace Amin. I heard this someone said that Big T is now a sacrificial lamb. If someone if a newcomer wants to battle, just throws them to them. Yeah, Big T, you were not bad, but you were not good. That's how I'm gonna say it.
I mean, he did just battle on Midnight Man. A lot of these people just battled
Yeah,
on Midnight Man.
but for example, Drugs just battled Midnight Madness. Ben News just battled Midnight Madness. They were good. Like I can see an argument for Ben News winning the battle, right? And I can see it. And most of these people battled on Midnight Madness. Big T just battled on Midnight Madness, and in the pre-show, because Chad Clips was part of the media, was part of the media for with Susef, and they had prediction who is gonna have best performance, and Chad Clips had picked Big T to have better performance than two people, New Jersey Twerk and Chess, and people were trying to Susef and Jay Black were trying to tell us Charlie Clips, yo, we are not saying we don't believe in Big T, but it's what we saw Big T versus we were in attendance for Big T versus Lou Castro, right? It was not like a dog fight. It was a dog whooping. That's what happened. It's so we are telling you from what we already seen from Big T, and you said it. You were based on that he just lost to Big T, to Lou Castro, and he gotta have a win, right? It's yeah, and even Susan said it's I hopefully the same energy that you have, that is that's the same energy we had when we had Midnight Madness. Yo, Big T is not about to lose to Lou Castro in this type of setting. It's I'm praying for you to not have the same energy I now have. Yo, Big T is not like that. And yeah, that's what happened. Ace Man, and you can see I'll give Ace Man this. Ace Man, when you can see that he wrote okay, this part of my first the first beginning of my round, I'm just gonna be slow paced, not slow, but just it's not gonna be that great, but I'm gonna write it out. You could see that he was writing his material from bad to amazing, because he did have a little slip ups, but because of his breathing, and he was trying to rap words so much, his words out fast, and instead of he was mixing up words and slipping up the words. Yes, Ace Amin did have those, but Amin, when he got it right after he did his signature move, the bump, he was walling. He even yo, Smack, I'm sorry that I slipped up in the beginning, but I got you now. And he was walling. He started having, what did he had he had a bar. I remember he had one bar, and that shit, he started rhyming the number one, the word one. It's 1 to 1, the block. Yo, he was walling. And I'm mad that they stopped him, because they had a cutoff time, so there was someone time, because the way he was walling, yeah, because I'm gonna talk about whoever was cutting people off the whole event should have did it for somebody else, because they just let somebody rap for 9 minutes, and I'm mad about that. The next battle, Ace Amin won convincingly. This was not a debate. Ace Amin did great. The next battle, Real Sick versus JC. Real Sick came there rapping. JC came there rapping. This battle needs 3 rounds. I want to see this battle again for 3 rounds because the way they were rapping, even though you could see a difference between whose pen was better, but they were rapping. And while we're here, we might address this. Do you watch Power?
Howard, no.
All right, I go like every Power bar that was in that whole event hit. It's like I came with y'all thought I was 19, but I had the 23 all the time. Every power bar in that whole event was a hit. You can't say that was not a hit. Every power bar, like every time they mentioned power and the character Zeke, that was power. For example, let me explain. So in Power, there's a character named Zeke. He's a ball player, college, right?
Mm-hmm.
But his mom is Mary J. Blige plays Mary J. Blige is a character as Monet. For like the first season and the half of the second season, we all thought Monet was Zeke's aunt because every time Zeke addressed Mary J. Blige's character, it was like Auntie Monet, Auntie Monet. Come to find out, that's not his aunt. That's his mom. And come to find out, Zeke is not 19. He's 23. He was not born in 2002. He was born in 1998, right? So most of the people were using those like scheme like Monet. They using the Mary J character Monet. Every power bar that they had in that room was a hit because most people watch Power in that room. That's what. But JC and Real Sick, I need a 3-round battle for this. Okay, all right, let's go. All right. Tita versus EK. You know what when I say, all right, people, I want y'all, you see I got my LED lights, right? you see how it changed? It went to red, it went to green, it went to blue, it went to white, right? Y'all see it on my, right? But I did that for a reason. Because EK went first. And EK was walling. EK's material was great. But now this is where I say when you have privileges. EK, in my opinion, you're half white. It's not you're black, but I'm saying your privileges because your girlfriend is white. You get a little bit privileges. You work with caffeine. EK had a scheme, right? This is what EK had a scheme. He had a scheme where he was rapping and he was saying the colors, right? He was rapping and he was mentioning colors, right? But people didn't notice that EK did hint it. Because when you was rapping before you went into that whole scheme, his last half of his back, like that was his last scheme. That was his last scheme, right? He did look at the people at caffeine. He's like, "Are y'all okay? Y'all ready?" He's like, "You good?" And he went into. He's like, then he had something like red, and the whole lights went to red. Then he was like grabbing. He's like, blue, and the whole room went to blue. He's like, I want to make it. Then he rapped and said lime. It went to lime. He's like, I can bring it back up to white. It went to white, but I can fade it back to black. Caffeine, you were trying to set up Tita. I'll be honest, y'all were trying it. Y'all tried it. But y'all didn't know who EK was battling. That was not it. Because y'all know T-Top, right? T-Top, y'all, you know me. I always say T-Top is the best defensive battle rapper ever. Like whenever he writes defense like as a defense. Like if I had a battle rapper, like how do you defend anyone's round? I'll say look at T-Top. Am I wrong? Do I not say that? Like T-Top has the best defense in battle rap,
Yeah.
right? T-Top has the best defense in battle rap, and he's proved it. Because one, if no one wants T-Top versus Arsenal, when Arsenal brought up his baby mama pictures and say, "Is this not your baby mama?" and showed the video of his baby mama doing the Gaga 3000. He right after that, T-Top was in a hole because that run was fired. Like anyone else would have not survived that round when Arsenal. How T-Top counter rolled that round and brought himself back up and even addressed the whole thing. That's how T-Top, in my opinion, I say T-Top has the best defense. So when EK did that light, he did a rebuttal, and people didn't see that he was actually still thinking of a rebuttal, because he started addressing like the short minute purpose. All you do is like, he's like, you doing tricks and shit. He's the only thing I cared about, the only lights I cared about, I was worried about was blue and white. I'm like, yo, imagine EK just had the light scheme and the lights were changing and everyone was going crazy. And T-Top, a minute when EK finishes round, he jumps in, does a rebuttal, takes that whole momentum that EK has, shifts it to him, and he went and the funny part, he goes more crazy when he's addressing everything everything EK was addressing, because EK addressed, like, you saw mommy the words, and he's like, first of all, you're dumb, you didn't listen. He's like, you're dumb. I in my childhood's bed, I said my mom was a trapper, and I also said I sold her some works. It was, no, I was not a crack baby, I was a trap baby. She was my plug. She showed me the game of this thing. Yo, Tita. And this is where I say Caffeine Votes did this battle justice. Because right out, you know how we vote after the battles? It was 50-50. 50-50. That's how crazy this battle was. Next battle on the thing was B Dot versus Kid Chaos. And also I want to see 3 rounds for Tita versus EK. B Dot versus Kid Chaos. This battle was it was a rapping thing. They were rapping. Like rapping. I'm talking rapping. Like they were rapping. And this what so Seth did this ever coffee because I noticed it too, that Kid Cass cares more about the crowd reaction, and it sometimes messes him up. Because when he was rapping at the end, when he's like, yo, y'all don't have to react, I don't care about it, y'all can stay asleep, right? He did say, he's like, yo, right now Kid Chaos is a big dot 2 years or a year and a half ago, when B Dot cared about people reacting to his bars. It's like the only thing he can do is the more time you get into these fights where he's fighting, that's where how you're gonna get experience to not care about like the crowd reaction. Yeah, I can agree with that. This battle was fire. They were rapping. If you're not a fan of people rapping, yeah, this is not battle for you. They were rapping. Like B that went back to his old bag, like, yeah, I'm gonna rap to you. We ain't talking about anything else. Let's rap. And he at the end, he's like, yo, if this battle is like, I wish this battle was booked for 3, because this battle, this will be your last hours, but this is one round. And they were mentioning that this battle was short practice. And I want to see 3 bronze for it. I'm gonna skip the next battle because I have something to say about that next battle. Let's go as you mean. There's a reason why I skipped the next battle because I have something to say about that battle. The next battle was Daddy Myers versus Sharon. Sharon, I need to give you props. Because Daddy Myers was rapping and he was calling himself an alien, right? That whole round, he was like, I'm an alien. And Sharon was rapping, right? And Sharon in the middle, not like he rebutted, like he was rapping his material, and in the middle of his round, he did say, give me some space. And even though it was not like something, he rebutted, it was a rebuttal of him being an alien, right? Imagine you're in the middle of your material and you rebuttal something he said like a few minutes ago. In the middle. Then at the end of your material, you rebuttal your own rebuttal. Sharon, you are. I now understand why people call you autistic. I do. And I now believe it. Because how you gonna rebuttal your own rebuttal? And your second rebuttal is rebutting what you said to him about you being him being an alien, and you tell him to give you some space, and you rebutting it. Sharon, you even made Charlie Clips and Susef have no words. They were speechless because, like, when Susef was trying to explain the battle, right? He noticed that, like, he was explaining, you know how when you're talking and you're explaining the battle, and he stopped himself. He's like, yo, did he? I was like, I'm thinking, he's like, he rebutted his own rebuttal, and he didn't. It was not like he rebutted, like, he said, give me some space. Went into his material that he wrote, rebutted his own rebuttal after like 2 minutes after, and he's going, and that he's like, y'all didn't get it. It's like, how that's hard to do when you're rapping and you're still thinking of that rebuttal. You're still thinking of a rebuttal in your back on your mind. You're still thinking of that's special. The next battle, Jack Boy Man. Let me say this: Chess versus Jack Boy Man. Y'all, if T-Top and Ike was not at where it was, yo, it isn't gonna be the battle of the night. But J Boy Man, man, he's saying he's like, yo, y'all call me most improved. Now I'm gonna show you why I'm most improved. He addressed everything because Chess was rapping to him. He was saying stuff. And Jake Boy Man started attacking Chess. Y'all know Jake Boy Man and Susef are good buddies, right? They work together. They're co-workers. He started addressing Susef. He rap. He addressed Susef here, said, sir. Then he said, what you gonna tell me? That I work for Susef and you under Susef? He's like, no. Me and Susef are co-workers. We are partners. He's like, you work. He took it under the wing. I'm the one who shows Susef, like the Jack Bowman. You want performance of the night because that is like, you from Bronx, right? You were keeping steady. They're gonna have you. Yo, hold on. I have to put that. That is that bar. Like, no one was getting that amount of reaction the whole night except for Jack. Listen to what this man said.
Doc, fix the table. His words channeling fuzzy. Fix the cable. It's a medium cross your chest and rip the label. Disobey you. Cause you a Bronx nigga that wanna dance right. And this is no fable. They go from look, y'all, he be getting stable.
Keep him stable. And you know, like when people are saying fireballs, Chess is gonna react, right? And then when Jake Boy Man went into that scheme, it was like, you're a Bronx nigga that like to dance, right? There's no favor. It's gonna look like you. Look at me doing the steady to the dark side. How we gonna keep him stable? And you could Chess was like, yo, this nigga is walling. He's like, ah, and he's like, yo, he's like. Then at the end, you know, Chess sometimes does talk to people in the car. He's like, yo, Lou, why did you not tell me? He's like, you're a Bronx guy. Huh? Why you not tell me you got the ball? You should have told me not to say that ball. Yo, then he had like, hold on. Jack Boy Maine had the best performance because like he was walling. He had what else did he say? He's like he had a ball. He's like Sue Chess. He combined. He's like like he was naming everything. And the funny part, Susef asked him, why did you do that? He's like, why did you address Susef? Like, hold on, let me put that ball because he was. Hold on, let me find it.
Yeah, these only six. Who the hell got time to lock me?
Yo, I'm gonna cook and kicking those down, sir. Who has the time to lockpick?
You know.
Yeah.
And you. Part two. Yo, he's like, and he had another performance at the end. He's like, the one I just played is like, I'm a murderer, nigga. Devil Impact 2. After that, the helicopter drop, Chess dropped, and he literally dropped on the ground and laid like Chess how he was laying, and you can see Chess was like, you. He's like, you. And I go lie, I'll give you props. Jake Bourmet had the best performance of the night. So next battle on the menu was Nunn Nunn versus Ramniti. Okay, now let me address this to people. I'm now seeing a trend that we are now used to Ramniti battling almost every month. We don't give Ramniti his props no more, right? And even Charlie Clips did say we need to start giving Ramniti his props. So he even called. I'm gonna lie, I like what Charlie Clips did. That was great. He even called. Considers like, yo, it's time for you to come and see this man. He's like, nah, we ain't doing this. Because what Ramniti was doing was fire. Then Nunn Nunn comes back and it's fire. Even Nunn Nunn was like, yo, Nunn Nunn, you know, you're getting my fan, man. Nunn Nunn was like, you know, Nunn Nunn, the reason why I felt like Nunn Nunn lost to Steakhouse was he was writing. He showed that he can write. And I feel like he learned from that. And when he battled Ramniti, he was punching too. He had like little punches, and he's like, "Yeah, I can punch too." And he goes back into his writing back. Then he punches again. He's like, "Yeah, I can punch too." And you can see that he was wilding. Who did I have? So I didn't tell you who I had. The Kid Chaos and beat that I beat that winning. Danny Meyer versus Sharon. Sharon won to me. Jake Bourmet versus Chess. I have Jake Bourmet winning. Nunn Nunn versus Ramniti. I had Ramniti winning, but I'm not mad at people who were saying Nunn Nunn won. Here we go. Geechee, let me talk to you real quick. Because you did something out here. Geechee, come here. Let me talk to you.
I heard you caught a body and I one around there.
Geechee, you won 9 minutes. You will agree to 3 minutes of you will agree to 3 minute time limit. Why did you write 9? Why did you do that to that man? My man, Mike P, man, Mike P was a great guy. He didn't deserve this. And you called this. It was not like Mike P didn't know this was coming. Everyone knew what was coming, and Mike P could not stop it. That's how crazy, bro. And now, you know what's crazy? The crazy part of this thing was, you could see that he wrote the 3-minute material and he started freestyling while he's writing too. He was into his small materials and he was still freestyling. That Geechee, you are wrong for this. Why did you do this, man? I have a feeling that we are not gonna see Mike P again until 2023. You wrote 9 minutes, and you telling me you had the funny part. He took, you know how when writer took that angle about Mike P's girl, right? He took that and put it in his mouth, and he didn't shy away from it. Didn't go anywhere away from that angle. He addressed that angle that whole round, and he was built. Like, it was not like Mike P had bad material. Mike P had that material. It was just Geechee was in the way. I've never had the whole room say "use a bitch." The whole room, even people behind Mike P, are saying the same thing. The only person who didn't say "use a bitch" was Smack. Smack was the only one who didn't say that. That's how Geechee was doing. He said, he's like, yo, how did writer beat you and your girl? Then Mike P's reply was like, yo, I won. He said, yeah, you did win. They just picked you to win. But guess what? So since you say you won, so the only one who lost that was writer was. And he said, you know what? He said, Smack, I know that we agreed to 3 minutes. I don't even know how long I've been rapping, but I'm gonna call you a bitch. And he was like, you rap, use a bitch. How you use like Mike P's girl, use a bitch. And the whole you know, Ramniti doesn't like. Ramniti is not a big hype thing person. He might stay and say that's cool and no. You could see Ramniti is like, you see Ramniti behind Geechee like, you was a bitch. Like, Mike P, you gotta fight that man. You gotta see Geechee and fight him because you didn't deserve that. You didn't. And the petty part, you hear me when I say they were cutting people off every time on their time limits, right? The whole event, there was someone saying time. You could hear them loud and clear. When Geechee went, nobody said time. Geechee went for 9 minutes straight. It was 9 minutes of material. Then when Geechee left, and even Geechee said, I'm about to walk off. I don't want to hear you rap. And he didn't walk off, but he did some petty stuff. He took off his phone and he started timing Mike P. Mike P rapped for 4 minutes, and Geechee was showing Mike P that you're rapping longer than 3 minutes. This man, Geechee, you're wrong for this. Geechee is right now. There's a wonderful Geechee for murder. We are looking for Geechee Gotti, Baylok, Illuminati. We are looking for him. The last place he was seen was banned, but we might, if we find him, you might find him at No Studios. Yeah, we are looking for him. Yes. He had a body. That was a body. Now let's address the elephant in the room. So you remember when I said I skipped the battle, right? Did you notice that the people I didn't mention was Real Name, Brandon, and New Jersey Twerk, right?
Yeah. I forgot that was, yeah. I mean, I didn't watch those on that.
Did you notice that, right? So, Real Name and Brandon, I'm gonna give you your props. This is not about you. Real Name, you came and did your job. You won. Great. I'm gonna give you your props because people are shying away from giving you props, and I'm gonna give you your props right now. You did great. You beat this man. I don't care what people are saying. It's not a twerk loss. It's we need to say real name Brandon won this battle. Not that it's more that like twerk loss. Real name Brandon won this battle. So now let me address this. This is gone. I don't want to hear that New Jersey twerk is a top tier. He's not a lower tier. I don't care no more. I'm done. I'm done. Look, I'm looking at y'all. I don't want to hear anything about New Jersey twerk is top tier. He's no longer top tier. He's been demoted to low tier. He's on the same level as the Gluizzies of the, not Gluizzy. He's on the same level as people who are now in the Crucible. Not the season 1, the second season of the Crucible. That's where he belongs. Anyone who's in the Crucible right now, don't look at New Jersey twerk and think that's cool. No, that's not. You were paid to do a job. You came out there, you rap for, you had 8 bars, 25 seconds tops. That's what the amount of material that you rapped. Why did you do that? You took away from real name Brandon's win because of you. I understand. It was short. You can say short notice, short time to memorize. Why did he take the battle? We have said this before that New Jersey twerk can prepare. He prepared his show last minute. I bet you he wrote whatever he wrote down he wrote it yesterday, and it showed.
He'll be right in the morning of the battle.
It showed that this man was not prepared. You see, you had everybody from the ex-Goonies, Lou Castro, Jake Boy Man, Drugs, Holmesy, Ryder. Everyone was behind twerk, and literally you could see this man like 12 said it perfectly. We are seeing a fall from the great, a fall of a great. We saw it. I think that's the rock bottom for twerk. That's rock bottom. That you can't go lower than this. That's rock bottom. You rap for 25 seconds and after that you choke for 3 minutes. You say one bar, the Lord of the Rings bar, then you choke for the next 3 minutes. I'm sorry. I think, to be honest, twerk, I think now at this point I feel like they need to start not giving you the money first. Like the first half, you the one. I feel like this Midnight Madness and what Remy Ma is doing with the league you're the reason why this is happening. Like at the betting, it's okay, but Romney to say I'm not giving anybody the first half. I'm gonna give you at the end on the contract, so they don't get the first half, the deposit before the rap. They're gonna get all their money at the end. It's because of you, twerk. It's because of you. I'm tired of this man giving this man excuses. At first we said, okay, we gave him excuses because of twerk versus surf. We like he ran into surf and it was like a short time of preparation, right? But he still ran into surf, right? So what are we gonna give him the excuse for now? This man didn't rap. He didn't even rap for anything. He didn't rap anything. He didn't rap. Like what are we gonna say? And anyone gonna tell me this man rapped? What are we saying? This man didn't rap for anything. He didn't rap. He rapped only 30 seconds. 8 bars. That's like 30 seconds of material. That's the only thing that he rapped, and he choked the rest of like 7 minutes. What are we saying? Seth said it. Like Seth was like, my rock bottom was when I battled 40 bars, and I choked that battle. That's when I said no more. I don't know what can we say. This is no more for Twerk, or he's gonna choke again. Like, I don't want to see Twerk no more. That's where I'm at. I don't want to hear Twerk name on a card in 2 months. I don't want to. That's where I'm at now. Twerk, please sit down for like the rest of the year. I don't want to hear you. I'm sorry. And I'm not giving you credit for the Loso battle because that was only one good battle. But the rest of the year you were choking. So, I'm sorry.
I mean the rock battle too, but yeah. He's done. I don't know.
I'm not giving you credit for those 2 battles. I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm done with this man. I can't do anything. It's not that you choked. It was a 3-round battle. It was a 1-rounder. All you did was supposed to spit 1 round for 3 minutes, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Freestyle, do something. Man, you wasted the whole, like literally the whole, like everyone in that whole crowd were trying to clap for you. Like when you said that Lord of the Rings bar, we all were waiting for you to go back in your material. Like we clapped, people cheered for you. Like, yeah, he got it back. And right after you said the next bar, after you choked the first time, you forgot your material. Lucas was like, yo, bring it from the top. Maybe you can remember when you, and you're like, yo, I have nothing, bro. He's like, I don't, he's like, if I bring it from the top, it's still gonna be the same thing. What am I gonna do? What are we doing with this man? What are we gonna do with this man? I'm sorry. Like, we are people to a high standard, but this man he has shown us out time after time that this man that is not countable. At first we thought it was the Swamp battle because people say he got mad after the Swamp when he choked against Swamp. That was not it. Then we said, okay, maybe the KCJ. That was not it. Then we said, okay, the Suicide battle, maybe that was a World Cup call. That was not it. So what is it?
The worst choke, like loss, like all his losses come from chokes. Like people actually don't beat him straight up.
Yeah, but so what is it?
But like, when he choked them, I mean,
like for example, we used to criticize. We used to like say Chess was a choke artist. Chess, I apologize for you ever saying that. At least you rapped some of your material. This man choked. He rapped 30 seconds. Not even 30 seconds. He rapped like 20 seconds, and this man choked. I'm tired. And I bet you he's gonna get booked again for another battle. We are not. Please don't book this man. I'm sorry. It's me saying I don't want him to get money. No. As us fans, we want to see people produce. He's not producing. His supply done. His demand is gone. We don't want him no more. It's not a bad look. You had Sharon, the worst part, Sharon he had a freestyle about you choking because he went after you. Everyone who better after you were addressing you choking. That's how bad you choke was. He's like, someone said, maybe it's like you're maybe getting a good performance from Twerk. Like, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. Real name Brandon, you did great. Real name Brandon, you did great. You showed professionalism. You got this call. You said you got the call on Tuesday. You were ready on Saturday. You showed professionalism. You came there. You rapped. Yes, it's a zoo out here. You deserve everything. We need to give real name Brandon his credit. What did he have to do? Like this man choked for 7 minutes. What can we do? I guess this might be the bottom because he cried on camera. Maybe this is the bottom. Maybe this is where the bottom. This is rock bottom. But I'm sorry. Twerk, you're one of my favorites, but like you were one of one, man. I don't know, man. What else could we say, man? While we here, I think that does it for the episode, bro. I have nothing to say to this man. You have anything to say to Twerk?
Nope, not at all.
Like, I don't know what to I don't know what to say to this man. I don't know, man. Alright. Since this is like the end of the episode, before we get into like we want to thank everybody our new subscribers. We are now on 49 subscribers. Road to 1,000 subscriber begins. We are on road to 1,000 subscribers. We are on 49. Want to thank all of you guys. Well, we are saying this.
Yeah, word. Thank everybody. Thank everybody.
Yeah, we're road to 1,000 subscribers. We are on 49. At the time of this recording, we don't know. By the time this episode comes out, will be a little bit more, hopefully. But we want to thank everybody for subscribing, and we want to thank everyone for watching our videos, because y'all love is great. We are like our previous episode had 3,000 views and 60 likes. We want to thank you guys. Even though that's all what we have to say, everyone who watches our videos, 99.8% of you guys don't subscribe to the channel. Please come and subscribe to the channel. If you like us, subscribe, hit the post notification, because that shows that you support us, and we'll come up here always giving you the real talk. We're gonna try our best to cover most of the leagues, but mainly we might try. Some of the leagues do post. Some of the leagues we don't even know when the event's coming up. So, but hey, it looks like February 28, 6, and 27. It might be a busy one.
Yep, Chrome 23. And I think Madness a month later.
And Resolution. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's like back to back. So we might record the episode on the Monday, not our normal Sundays, so that we can cover everything at once. But if you like this video, please drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and drop a comment. Show us the love. You have anything to say?
Show love, support.